We'll go to the park, laugh away the blues. People will stare, asking have they lost their minds. And when it gets dark, we'll play our favorite tune, heart and soul. Dance under the moon. When my dreams get so hazy and skies become gray, you'll be the one to guide me home. For miles and miles, been sailing through the sea to find you here, standing next to me. So, my love, be my everything, heart of gold. Stay here for a while. When your life gets so crazy, you lose your way.
Hello, I'm Yahsarah and it's very nice to meet you. I'm feeling very pleasured. I hope you're having a nice day, a wonderful and great day. In today's video, I'm doing a reading vlog, but in kind of strange because I do not have a book which I'm reading right now. So maybe it's just like a week in a life with a girl who likes reading but has no time for it. Yeah, maybe that's what this video is going to be. Right now I'm reading Katabasis and I know it takes me ages. It's so bad because really I love R.F. Kuang. I love all her books. But Katabasis, maybe I'll tell you later a lot about it. Or maybe in my reading month. I still have to do a reading month for August. No, for September. I'm very confused with months. It's so bad. With Katabasis, I kind of have the feeling that nothing is really happening. This book is like, I think, 600 to 500 pages long. But all the time, they are venturing, Alice and Peter are venturing in hell. And it is a love story and it's very cute. But does this love story needs to take place over hundreds of pages? I really have the feeling that not enough is happening in this book. And it's very slow. And that's good. I also like slow books. But it's kind of, it takes me a bit back. Because all the other books I've read from her are not slow, are rather fast, are rather with a lot of action. And in Katabasis, I kind of don't get it. Firstly, I'm like at 80% by the way, and firstly, a lot of people are saying it's very mathematical. Where's the math? I don't know. Second, they're just venturing in hell, and it's about an abusive teacher, and that's good, that's interesting, that's cool, and I love it, and I love the dynamic. The main character is very fascinating. Her whole mentality, she's not a typical main character. But do I have to read this for 500 pages? The first 200, 300 pages were so good, but right now I'm reading all the time the same, and I'm getting bored. So I started to stop reading this book and I'm now listening to it as audiobook while taking walks or cleaning my room, doing makeup, stuff like that. And I hope in the last 20% something amazing, something adventurous, something life-altering happens. In Babel, the last 20%, they were shockingly good, okay? It's forbidden how good they were. Yes, but I'll go into this in more detail in my reading month soon. I'm doing like a reading month for September and October together in one video. Because now university, so now we're going to like the vlog vibe. What's going on in my life? Today was the first day of university and it was like awesome. I love it to be back in my routine. The day started with me getting up late. Yeah, last week was like, I think in English one says orientation week, and in orientation week, I got to bed so late. Plus, I was in London, and this 1 hour time difference also completely wrecked my time sleep schedule. So now I have troubles getting up in the morning, but I'm pretty confident that tomorrow my problems are gone. Says the person who's doing a video at midnight. Today I moved into my laboratory and I sorted through all my utensils and my class stuff, and I cleaned it and I counted them and I did a list. And then I had a seminar, and in this seminar I learned what I'm going to do the next 15 weeks. So you can imagine it was quite interesting. Plus the guy who was holding the speech, he was very cool and he was also funny, and I laughed also a bit. Yeah. After that I went lab book hunting. Do you know how astonishingly hard it is to buy a lab book at the start of university? Because I think the whole world wants to buy a lab book in the first week of university. I have an adventurous week ahead of me. Basically just me being lost in a lab and having no idea what I'm going to do. And me being in physical chemistry. Oh, I'm so afraid of this lecture. I know I'll be great in it, but I'm still afraid of it. I'd like to have a plan of what I'm going to learn. I'd like to have a stack of papers on my desk, and in this stack I'll find a structured plan of what I have to learn. Some exercises, the script of the lecture, and old tests from this lecture, you know? And I'd like to have a book recommendation which is good for the lecture and help me study it. But I have nothing. I just know that I'm gonna have to study physical chemistry. I don't know yet how, when, and basically that's very nerve-wrenching, but I know I just have to wait. And actually, is this disturbing you? Because I know when I'm watching my videos, I already forgot once to put my hair tie, is it hair tie, away. And it annoyed me so much while cutting my video. I'm looking so forward for my biochemistry lecture. But with this I have no fear, because I'm pretty confident with biology. I've taken, in Germany you say Leistungskurs in biology, and I already have the biochemistry script, so I know what I have to learn. It's giving me big confidence to know what I have to learn. Do you understand that? I hope you have the same feelings, because I think it is very understandable. But this is a book channel, so back to the books. This Katabasis. Actually, Katabasis is quite hard to pronounce. So, Katabasis was boring me, and I've started this precious Hour of the Star, and I love it so much. I adore it. It has only, I think, 80 pages. I'm actually, if I'm really honest with you, I'm already on page 60. So, but I have found so much great quotes in this book, and I also have so many thoughts about it. And in this video, I'll want to show you the quotes I found. Maybe I'll read you some of it, maybe not, because actually I think I'm saying a lot of actually today. I think that my reading voice is a bit annoying, especially in English, but every sentence is interesting. How they are structured, how they are said, the people who are telling them, the main character. Macbeth, how do I pronounce her name? And the cover, like, the covers I don't get. Like, Penguin, please explain to me, why are all your modern classics covers are like, what does this have to do with the story? I don't know. I'd like to know. If somebody knows why Penguin classics always have like a random picture on the front, I'd like to know. I'm very interested. Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts about these books, and I'm looking forward to scrolling through the internet and reading what others are thinking about that. And I also want to talk about this way more in my reading month. I'm pretty good at this, huh? I'm doing very well advertisement for my reading month. But on what I'm not good at is saying, please like and subscribe, okay? Thank you. Hi! So today was a very busy day. I was at university from 9 to 9 p.m. Like basically the whole day. It is the whole day, literally. It is what it is. So I had no time to read anything. I haven't finished the last hour yet, but I only have like 10 pages left. So that's good. But I continued reading Katabasis, and I'm finally at the point where like Alice and Peter are kind of admitting that they have something similar to friendship between them, or that they actually kind of like each other, and that the professor is the bad guy. I still think that the story continues too slow and that it's quite boring. I'd like to have more scenes from Peter. Right now, everything is very overwhelming. Everything is new, though it's not my first year of university. Everything is new, everything is different than the last time, but I think I'll get used to it very quickly, and then everything will be quiet. So you just need to have a little faith, and it's a lot of work, and yeah, you have to have fun. Hi! A quick update in case you're wondering what I've done all day. Though I assume you don't care. You should not care what other people are doing all day. Still, I tell you. Physical chemistry lecture. After that, I had lunch at our cafeteria, also called Mensa. At 1, I had lab till 6. And after 6, I had from 6 to 8 p.m. a lecture of how to use a computer program in order to design NMR spectra. Yeah, very interesting, isn't it? I'm just kidding, this is so fun. And the guy who made the lecture about the NMR spectra, he talks with so much passion about chemistry, and he talks about his failure in the laboratory in a very fun way. And every time I listen to him, I kind of get this joy. Like, I also want to do it. I'm looking so forward to the future. I just want to learn everything, and I also want to talk about chemistry so much, with so much passion and so much knowledge. I have to study more, okay? Then I also know so much like him. Yeah. My physical chemistry lecture was quite interesting, not very informative, but it's only the second lecture, so maybe in the future it'll get better. And yes, I'm very, very, very busy because in the laboratory we are doing like preparations for chemical substances. I've never done that properly before. I have done it before, but not properly, and I now want to learn how to do it properly. So I have to prepare a lot. And today I've gotten a list about what I have to cook. Yeah, that's like the term you say, you cook preparations for chemical substances. I think basically in German you say all the time kochen, so maybe you say it also in English. I just assume. Here, it's called 1,2-Dibrom-2,5-Diiodbenzol. Oh, it quite looks funny. Yeah, now it's like 22:22 Uhr, and I should prepare everything for tomorrow. I don't want to do it tomorrow, but you have like an order in the laboratory. First you have to prepare it. You have to find out all the dangers and how to secure yourself. And you have to write a Betriebsvorschrift and a kind of pre-protocol. And after you've done all these three things, you go to your assistant, and this assistant asks you questions about your preparation, and you have to answer them correctly. And then you get a signature, and after the signature you can continue by building up the whole stuff, your machinery, your class structure. Your class structure is basically a huge sculpture, a very, very expensive, huge sculpture of class. And after that, you can start, and this whole process takes ages. So I should start now. Today is Thursday. I should start now in order to do more tomorrow my security test. In order to start on Monday, I have 14 weeks to cook 15 samples. And the funny thing is, I'm reading Katabasis, and I like it that they are also always working in the lab. And that's quite funny, and it makes very much fun to read it, or to, I'm listening to it. Like when Alice tells us, oh, she's so tired in the lab, and the whole accident with Professor Grimes is like, he died because she has written okay, spoiler! The whole accident with Professor Grimes is that Alice drew a circle in the lab the wrong way because she was so tired and exhausted. And I can totally get that. The most dangerous thing in the laboratory is first to be exhausted, and second to have no patience. Always when you're exhausted and therefore have no patience, you get hurt, you break some glass, you put yourself into danger. Never. If you recognize your own exhaustion, do a break. That's my recommendation. Though there is a lot of pressure in the lab because time is not endless. Time is very, very precious. And there is this whole debate. What is more precious, time or money? In the lab today, I had a discussion about doing insurance for our class utensils. And if you don't know, the class utensils we are using are pretty expensive. And if you break them, you have to rebuy them. And it costs like between 100 and 200 euros every semester. And the question is it worth it to do an insurance for that or not? To look for an insurance, to call insurance, and basically to interconnect with it in order to put pressure on them when you break something that they pay for it takes a lot of time. And you don't have like the security, this 100% that they will even carry all the costs. The question is it worth it to put all this time for it for 200 euros? And this is just an example from my daily life in the lab. The strangest questions, topics arise because it's very stressful sometimes, but sometimes also very boring because you have to wait and 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 wait. A lot of time also. Because reactions sometimes need time, and you are responsible for the reactions. You just have to stare all the time at your Kolben and need to learn all the English words for these items. Yeah, basically you stare at the item and look at the reaction all the time. You have to be careful. You have to look at the temperature, you have to look at the color, and you have to be careful, as I said. But that is so boring. And yes, while you do that, you talk about strange things. And what do you think is more important, time or money? Would you, in order to save time, spend more money? And the simplest example from now really truly daily life is cooking. Would you outsource, if you have the money for it, the task to cook your daily meals? If you're not really a fan of cooking, for example, think about it. What is for you more important? The topic was what I've done today. And the topic was about Alice. I think it's so cool, like when she talks about her work in the laboratory, but like it's a magic laboratory. But sometimes when I'm doing my chemistry stuff, I'm also thinking I'm practicing magic. So it is as cool. We have these fancy tables in the lab, and they go automatically up and down. And it's so cool. But basically you press or push a button, whatever, and the table moves up and then it moves down and you can adjust the height. So cool. Yeah, I think I should stop chatting right now. And I learned some stuff about this beautiful thing. This is my target for Monday, okay? Please work. I chant with my Apple Pencil. Yeah, okay. Bye you. And quick reminder, sleep, very important, okay? Sleep, more important than a healthy diet, more important than anything else. If you do not sleep properly, do something about it. Get early to bed, wake up early, feel rested, sleep properly, and your skin will glow, and your nails will be beautiful, and you will be a calmer and more happy human being. Though I'm not very good at it. I cannot remember the last time I've slept 8 hours. For heaven's sake. Every time, every day, I want to sleep enough. I want to get early in bed. But the problem is, I'm not a very sleepy human being. I'm not getting very tired. And in the morning, I'm also not very tired. But one should sleep more than 6 or 5 hours a day. Huh? And my biggest problem is that I do not really enjoy sleeping. For me, living is much more enjoyable than sleeping. Just lying in the bed and doing nothing. I know I kind of dream a bit, and dreaming is cool, but most of the time I do not notice when I'm dreaming, and sleeping is so boring. Wish me luck. See you soon again. And it's raining again, and I sometimes have the feeling that it's always raining and that it never stops.
Coffee cup before the day begins. Don't go, stay a while. We'll slow it all the way back down. Time is still and there's nowhere to be. Birds are talking outside, giving space for the words we hold inside to come out. So stay a while, we'll slow it all the way back down.
I have finished Katabasis, and the ending was like totally how I expected it. And that's why I'm very disappointed and I'm very sorry. This is a slow book, slow fantasy, calm fantasy. Characters were not that great, a bit morally grey, but that makes them dearer to me, and this is nonetheless a great and awesome book. But it's nothing special, I think. It's a book about Alice Law, a doctorate, a PhD candidate, and like her professor is dead, and she ventures to hell to bring him back to life because she wants to graduate. And with her comes Peter Murdoch, and they are secretly in love. And you kind of get already in the first 50 pages that the professor is really abusing. So, what do you think? How will it end? Maybe they'll come closer in hell, they'll realize they are in love with each other, and that the relationship to the professor is not really that great, and that in fact he is like an idiot. And in the end, they are wiser than in the beginning, and they realize that learning and studying is not everything in life, and that you also sometimes just have to rest and just to live life. That's the whole book, 500 pages, summary. And of course, yes, they are venturing through hell, and there is a magical system which is quite interesting. Though, 500 pages, really? The other book I read has 70 pages, and this book happened as much as in the 500 pages of Katabasis, plot-wise. So many scenes are completely unnecessary. You could just cut them out. I don't need them. And there's a lot of repetition. Like Alice tells us in 500,000 different ways how Professor Grimes mistreated her. And after each time she says, but it was not that bad. Professor Grimes is actually a great person. Yeah, we get it. Still, great book. Calm book, slow fantasy, not what I wanted. And that's why I'm disappointed. I wanted something life-changing. But I know I wanted to read a 5-star book, and it's like a 4-star book. Or, yeah, 4 stars. I'm generous. The magical system, I think, the world building is cool, but not that phenomenal too. I mean, what is it? They are like Cambridge is hell, and hell is made of quartz, and like the gods, I think they could have been better explained. Also, the way they chant and do their magic, I think like you gave us 500 pages, and in these 500 pages a lot of repetition of Alice. I wished to have the world better explained, how the magic with the chalk really works. That's how they chant. They are drawing circles on the ground with chalk, and not like circles, also signs. And in this way they are kind of manipulating the law of nature and chanting and doing magic tricks. I want this better explained and more detailed. I want a more complex world building. I was craving this and I didn't get it. It is literally about 2 guys who are walking through courts of hell for 500 pages long. And in this courts of hell, I personally think nothing is happening. Like they're walking through courts of hell, and of course there are a lot of ghosts and souls. But like there are ghosts and souls. Do I have to read about them trying to master afterlife? Actually not. Not for 500 pages. I think every court was kind of also the same, but with another sin. In my head I had this imagery of a desert with nothing in it. And I kind of did not like it. And also I think one sentence was that hell changes. How does this happen? That hell like changes depending who dies? Like it connects with your life? So it's just for Alice and Peter Cambridge? I don't know. And by the way, they met astonishing a lot of scholars in hell. Like every second person they met in hell was a scholar. What a coincidence. Good things about this book. I love Alice. I love Peter. I adore the main characters. They're so cool, and I actually loved their dynamic and reading out about them. Professor Grimes was interesting. The language. I loved the writing style. By the way, who is really the enemy in this book? The enemy is, I think, not Professor. I think it's Alice herself. This book is more about defeating your own bad self. Like Alice has her bad side. She's really a character who pushes herself to the limit and is not looking after herself. Nothing else matters as long as she reaches her goals. And that makes her to a very, I think, kind of narcissistic person. And I think the main character is Alice Law, and the enemy is also Alice Law. She needs to fight against herself, against her own beliefs. And we just wait until she finally realizes how wrong she is. And not only we are waiting, Peter is also waiting. I totally get that the character needs a long time to realize how wrong they are. And I think it is also very realistically portrayed. Still, if I would write a story like this, I would do the pacing much more quicker. Every second chapter I would just cut. Like, you don't need to have them in them. If I want to write something, I'm thinking about, is this boring? Yes, no, yes. I don't care about it anymore. Just cut it out. If it not really adds to the plot, adds to the ending, adds to anything in this book, you don't need the scene. And in this book, there are so many scenes who are not really adding to the ending. And in fact, the ending is just that Alice realizes that life is to enjoy and that Professor Grimes is an asshole. There are not that much scenes, not that much of the same dialogue needed to get this end result. The method, telling but not showing, was used a lot. Alice told us, or the storyteller, there's a storyteller, it's written from the third person, told us a lot about what happened in the past. And this was also not really written in like an emotional way. Really, a storyteller told us this happened. Alice went to Italy. Professor Grimes gave her attention. Alice was sad. Alice was happy. We've been told the story, but not really felt it with our main characters. And this is also something which I like, but not in this extent. I would say that I think 1/3 of this book is written in this telling but not showing way. So, now to this gem. I just adore it, and this ending I did really not expect. I was wondering half the time while reading it. Oopsie. How the hell is this going to end? Like, we are following our dear Maccabea, and she has a really sad life. And they really must think about it more closely. The story is told from the point of view of someone who's also in the story, and this storyteller is very judgmental. And he tells us Maccabea, whatever, is a sad girl. She has nothing in her life. She's poor. She hasn't really got the reason of living. She doesn't think about anything. But if you really think about it, I actually think that Maccabea understood life more than the storyteller who tells us all the time that Maccabea is stupid and doesn't get it and does not think about money. Like, Maccabea just enjoys what she has and is confident in this and is happy. She doesn't think about if she's happy. Nobody talks to her, but she's just confident with what she has. She has nothing, obviously, but she doesn't need more also. So, from the very first chapter, we know something tragical happened with Maccabea. But I really did not expect what happened in the end, really. It was so simple, so normal, that it was just unthinkable for me. And I really loved this book, and I underlined so much. And all the quotes I showed you in this video, they are from this book. Yeah. I would recommend reading this, obviously, very, very much. I'm going to read you the summary, okay? Living in the slums of Rio and eking out a living as a typist, Maccabea loves movies, Coca-Cola, and a philandering rat of a boyfriend. Ooh, it's the first time I've read it. She would like to be like Marilyn Monroe, but she's ugly, underfed, sickly, and unloved. That's what I meant. that is just the point of view of the storyteller. He tells us all the time she's ugly, she's underfed, she's sickly and unloved. He talks her down so much. She has no future and no sense of who she is. For her, reality is too enormous to grasp. Isn't the beauty of life sometimes just... I would wish that sometimes I could just stop to think and stop to wonder and just enjoy the moment. And that is what Macbeth is doing all the time. And the storyteller is the person who interprets all this in Macbeth. Yet telling a story is the narrator Rodrigo S.M. who tries to direct Macbeth's fate, but comes to realize that, for all her outward misery, she is inwardly free. Slyly subverting ideas of poverty, identity, love, and the art of writing itself, Clarice Lispector Dash's last novel is a haunting portrayal of innocence in a bad world. Read this book, please. Okay, now I think that's it. I hope you liked this video. And yeah, I think I already said like and subscribe at least one time somewhere. I wish you a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend, and a good book to read next. Bye!